I think the definition of greatness is to inspire the people next to you. It's not something that lives and dies with one person. It's how can you inspire a person to then in turn inspire another person that then inspires another person. And that's how you create something that I think lasts forever. And I think that's our challenge as people, is to figure out how our story can impact others and motivate them in a way to create their own greatness.
Welcome to the Welcome to the 3-on-3 podcast. That's right. You're tuned in to the number one NBA podcast in the universe. I am joined with my guys, compadres, amigos. I got Evan here, my boy Lou, and we have the Pod Mamba who continues to be in the background, producing us to the utmost, making sure we continue to be the number one podcast in the universe, NBA podcast. We have a great show in store for you guys today. It's my favorite time of the year coming up. It's All-Star time. As everybody knows, we're jockeying for voting positions. So we're going to discuss who our picks are, who we want to be, who should be on the All-Star team. We're also going to get into who might not make it, who's getting cut, man, who's out of here, son, who's out of here. And then last but not least, there were some interesting developments this week. Some teams that shocked us, surprised us, let us down. We'll get into it, our weekly reactions to this current NBA. But first and foremost, guys, my favorite time of the year is here, All-Star. We're voting, making sure our players get in here. So I think it's apropos that we discuss first who we think should start. Who do we think is worthy of being on the All-Star starters list? Now, we know fan voting dictates a lot of this, if not all or most, but we still feel like our opinions are valid. So I'll start with you, Lou, and you guys can go your whole list, one or two. We'll kind of figure it out. But who do you think should be on your starters, Lou? Top five All-Star starting this season.
Well, question for you. So we east or west? Which are you feeling that we go with?
Let's start with the east side because that's the best side. We'll get to the
Oh
west.
man, East Coast, the Beast Coast. Well,
Let's
look,
go.
we know that there's some changes in terms of the format, but purely just if we're looking at it as we're taking our first five guys, guards, forwards, in the center, I'm going with Cade. We see how Orlando has been balling out. They're clearly the front runner in the Eastern Conference by far. You know what I mean? It's not like there's a team that's one game, two games. They're at least 4.5 games before the number two spot. Then I also would have as my number two guard on there. Oh, I'm tripping. Orlando. I'm in Detroit. So forgive me because I was battling with a particular pick. That's why I said Orlando. So, but going with Cade, with Detroit, then going with Spider over in Cleveland, for about two guards, going with Brown from the good old Boston Celtics. We know he's been taking up the mantle and balling this year while Tatum has been out. Going with Giannis as my other forward, and then I'm going with Cat as my center. If we could move.
Go ahead. I was trying to summarize your lineup. So you summarize it for me. So
yes,
go ahead.
Cade, Mitchell, Brown,
Giannis, and Cat. Okay, for the east side. All right. Ev, I want to hear your list.
I got to start off by saying that's an interesting list. I think when running through this drill, right, and Lou, you went the way that I would have started because it's like I want to keep it traditional, right? Your two guards, your two forwards, your center. But when I look at who's been dominating this season and looking at the options in the East, it was just impossible for me to stay within that format because of where the talent is. As we go through this drill, I think one of the things that we're really going to see is that the guards have really taken over this year, right? And the forwards and especially the centers is kind of lacking.
Lackluster.
So, absolutely. So with that, I'll work my way down from center down. Center is where I took my first creative liberty. I had to put Giannis at the center spot. As far as a big man, I think he's the most deserving big man in the East, and the only big man that I think is all-star starter worthy. And that's going at my boy, my boy Cat, right? So I'm starting off controversially. I'm gonna make it up at the end.
That's interesting because that's where I initially went, and this is why I had my Orlando slip because he would have been at my 5 and Paolo at my 4. I know you got to
let's hear his list though.
I got you. Rest of the
Finish
list.
your list.
So Giannis at the 5, or Giannis at the center. Jaylen Brown at one of the forwards. Can't deny what he's been doing this season. And then from there, I went 3 guards, but not the same 3 guards you went. We agree with Cade. I went Maxey. And you know who my last one is, the mayor of the city. The mayor of the city, Jalen Brunson.
All right.
So Giannis, Jaylen Brown, Cade, Maxey, and Brunson.
All right. Okay. Interesting. We're already differing. Let's go with me. So, my list is Giannis because I'm kind of similar to Ev in the traditional format. So I have Giannis as kind of like my big man. I don't know. Call yeah, Giannis. I have Giannis. I have Brown. I have Cade. I have Brunson. Just
with much
It
chagrin.
shouldn't hurt you to say such an
it just, you know,
Much
just look
chagrin.
let it flow
Much
out. Just let
chagrin.
it flow out.
you know,
We're
just
two
this
years
guy
removed
right
from
here,
the
man.
argument. I'm over it. You could be over it. 2 years
Oh, I
removed.
could be over.
Yeah, man, it's all good. Who's the last player?
Oh man. And my last guy is gonna be Maxey. It's gonna be Maxey, so that's my last guy.
Oh, so you guys have the same?
We end up with the same
Yeah,
list.
so Ev and I have the same list. Lou is off by 2 players.
Whoa.
No,
Let's not say
Lou's
off.
wilding.
Let's
We're
say
off.
deferring. I'm deferring. No. Let's address something. We're not about to say,
ahead,
oh,
man.
we're traditional. I'm the only one that traditionally did it. Okay.
Address your deviance, Lou.
No.
Address your
I'm the only one that
deviance.
traditionally did it. We talked about traditional, so I got y'all a center. None of y'all got a center, all right? At least we all agreed on the fact that Brown is a forward. But I'm the only one that actually chose the center, okay? Now, that's why I mentioned before, I didn't want to. That wasn't my initial, like, oh, yeah, Cat is a shoo-in. But if we're addressing it from the traditional angle, yeah, of all of centers that I'm going to choose, Cat is going to be the most quote unquote deserving of that slot. But if we were going to go in terms of we're just going bigs and guards, yeah, I would have been different. The only difference would be that I would have Paolo in instead of Cat.
Okay.
So
you would take Cat out, right? So if we're going non-traditional, Cat's out, and you put Paolo in.
And Giannis is
Maxey not an all-star starter?
Not over Spider.
So what's interesting in that is, so when we get into reserves, obviously Mitchell's on my team. I went kind of back and forth between those 4 guards, right? The 3 I selected and Donovan Mitchell, and it's like which argument do you want to hang your hat on? And I think it's subjective either way, right? You look at Cade. I mean, Cade is argument, leading the team with the best record, with stats that are suitable. Maxey, I think, the most over expectation from a combination of his individual stats and team success. Brunson, kind of a blend in between the two, right? One of the better records leading his team. Mitchell, probably the second best individual stats of all of them behind Maxey, but his team has been the most disappointing to this point, right? So it's like you're picking nits between the 4 of them. It's what's your preferred flavor. So I understand the Mitchell argument. what's interesting to me is when you talk the Paolo discussion. I don't know if we want to save it to segment two, but I'll say this: he's not. I know he's not on 100% of our All Star teams when we get to fleshing out the Eastern total.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I'll say this. I think, well, not say, I'll ask. So when we come to those, I guess, because Ev said it right, those guards, there's gonna be a guard situation where, you have those interchangeables. Who what do you think is that qualifier for people? Is it team record or is it individual performance? Does team record play in the all-star? So like
I
when
think
people are having to make that, delineation or
distinction.
decision.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's a mix of two. Because if you're the guy that's leading it, like I understand the Max, because Maxi was on my list of guards that I was rotating through as well. When you look at the record and who's leading the team in that record, I think that's the biggest play for me, right? If you're not only, because that's what makes you an all-star. Not only are you putting up these great numbers, but nobody cares for empty stats. If your team isn't winning, what's the purpose? Right. So if you're
Mm,
putting up these stats and your team is not just you're not just a fringe team, but you're a team at least in the top five of standings, then I think that that's where we start to look at where do I rank you as amongst other players in the same position as you.
okay. Fair. Fair. Anything to add, Ev, before we move to the west side of things?
Well, for me, I think Lou pointed out a lot of the key variables. What I would say is that you line each of those variables up with the individual player, and it's where they're at in that variable versus expectation, right? That's for me. Like, not every 23-point per game score is created equal, right? If you're averaging 23 this year when you were, averaging 16 the year before, and you've taken the leap, that might bump you into all-star status, right? Whereas if you averaging 23 a game, but we've been waiting on you to get to 28, right? You may feel like, okay, you're not making that jump that we expected. And so I think that could kind of influence voting as well when you're looking at an individual player. With all things, it's gonna be the narrative behind it as well. So where are you at your specific point in the narration of your career?
Facts. All right, fellas, let's go to the West Coast. Ev, we'll start with you. Give us your starting five for the West.
All right, so the West tricky as well. Probably did the same drill. I'm gonna give you mine, but even as I give you mine, I'm not certain how comfortable I feel with it. You ask me tomorrow, it might change. Good thing to vote. Good thing they're announcing it tomorrow. Where where I stand today.
Hold up, Ev got more variance than Loki. Stop it.
I'm
Listen,
telling you,
man,
boy.
it's fluid.
Whew.
Okay, it's fluid.
So many universes. Go ahead.
So one lock, Jokic is my lock at center. I think that's the most obvious one.
All right.
Shea, lock at guard. I think that's the obvious one.
Come on, Ev. Just give us your
And
list as of now.
is my lock.
All right.
How many guards have I said so far?
Two.
Two.
And might
You
be a
can't look at
forward
your
now.
list and see how many guards you got.
Bro,
It's
come
like
on,
there's
Ev.
like 8
Yep.
guards on this list. That's why.
Fam, you
Come
didn't
on,
have
Ev.
a specific five for the West.
My
Stop it.
my first legacy pick.
Oh, gosh. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go with Steph as a starter.
Curry, okay.
I'm 5. So I got 4 so far. I need a forward.
All right, yo.
I'm gonna go with KD.
All right. Thank you, Lord Jesus. All right. So
That
Ev
might be
has
what it is.
given us his list finally. Pulling teeth. Joker, Shea, Ant, Curry, KD.
Let's have some
Very
fun.
interesting. I think the West is really going to be where we differ. All right, let's go, Lou. What you got, bro?
Yeah, I don't believe in legacies. I believe in what you're doing right now. All right. So for me, it's gonna be Shea Gilly and Denny. because I've been a fan of his since his Washington days.
That's why you're my guy, man. That's why
Joker.
you're my guy, man.
You know what I mean? Joker and
You're
Wemby.
my guy.
Straight up like this.
That's why
I
you're my
don't
guy.
care what you did for me yesterday. What did you do for me today? Shea Gilly, Ant, Denny, Jokic, and Wemby.
That's why I bang with you, man. That's a solid all-star pick right there, man. All right. Lou got Shea, Ant, Denny, Joker, Wemby. Right, my man. All right. So for me, we already know. Care what y'all say. My boy Denny out here doing his thing. Got hurt with the Knicks. The Knicks put some voodoo on him. Hurt his back, but it's all good. We out here. So I got my boy Denny. I got Ant. I got Shea. I have Joker. All right, so this I'm kind of like Ev on this one.
Wait a minute.
Kinda like Ev on this
Oh,
one.
Ev got to heat you up now. Ev got to heat
Spit it
you up.
out.
No. I got it. All right. I got it. So I'm gonna go Denny and same as Lou. Denny and Joker Wemby. That's really what it is.
So
If I'm-
go ahead.
Go ahead. Lou. Go ahead. I mean, go ahead.
There's
Go ahead.
Is this fucking rage bait?
I got you.
What the fuck is
I got
happening?
you. Power Mamba. I got you.
This is fucking. You guys are this conspiracy. What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
I'm about to
All
lay it
three
out.
of you don't
Oh,
have
he
the
wants to
leading
get
scorer of the
Luka so
NBA
bad.
in your
He
top
wants to get
5.
Luka so bad.
What is wrong
He
with
wants to
you?
get
Oh man.
You're
I was
fucking
about to
starting
lay it out.
Danny over Luca. Are you fucking serious? Stop this
Whoa,
podcast.
whoa.
I'm about to mute all of you guys. This is fucking rage bait. Holy shit.
Whoa, sir. Do you want to give us your 5 for the West?
Yeah,
since
fucking
you-
Luca is in the fucking starting 5. Stop bullshitting.
Luca, and Luca.
Stop
Luka.
fucking
You're
bullshitting,
doing
dude.
the
He's a top
diamond
3
treatment.
MVP candidate. Why are you guys bullshitting like this?
No, 4 Lucas and 1 Austin Reeves.
This motherfucker
There
put
you
Steph
go.
Curry in his top 5. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
He's having his best career, his best season in 5
holy
years.
fuck. fucking shit, dude.
Only better thing you could have done was put Kawhi in there.
Hey man, he's coming.
Considered it.
Fucking Denny in the starting 5 in the West. The fuck out of here.
You're a hater. You're a hater because you lost to the Portland Trailblazers. I say that's what happened. It's okay. Without Denny too. Without Denny, you lost. So
Fucking Ant over Luca. Get the fuck out of here. I'm tired of y'all.
Oh, that's solid, sir.
No,
that's
it's
solid.
not.
I'll give you Denny. Denny's a homer pick, right?
You
if
guys
I'm
aren't
being
being
realistic.
objective. You guys are just trying to piss me off. I already know
You're
you're
awake,
We
aren't
have
you?
one controversial pick. I'm just saying. This is my guy.
That's
Yo,
not controversial. It's just idiotic. It's not even
Nah,
arguable.
It makes sense. It
How?
makes sense.
okay,
It
so
makes
hold on.
sense,
Can we
man.
can we all agree? Oh well, Palmer, can you agree that Denny deserves to be an All-Star?
Yes, but not starting 5.
Okay. No, it's fine. As long as you agree he's
man.
All-Star caliber. Now we can argue some.
Let me walk through it. So, Pop Mamba is, settle down a little bit. But
God,
Nah,
pissing
don't
me
tell
there
me
off.
so.
was
I like it.
there was collective hate that just took place throughout. the season,
I'm like your
okay?
kids in the
Let me-
background
let
now,
me- hold
fucking
on.
crying.
Let me break it out. Let me break out the details. Okay. Where I struggled in 2 areas, right? The main one I struggled at was KD over Denny. I was gonna go 4 guards, and yes, Luka would have been over all of them. I didn't want to go 4 guards and Jokic. I did choose Steph over Luka as a legacy pick, only because I'm not feeling the vibes in LA the last couple weeks. That's it. But that's where I
Wait,
was
you
at
feel
the
the
moment.
vibes in the Warriors? They're like about to fall off the cliff.
Well, I feel like Luka contributes to the vibes in LA.
Exactly.
Steph does not contribute to the vibes in Warriors in Golden
Luka
State.
loves being a
Why are
villain.
vibes even coming into this with an all-star vote?
Because it's my vote. That's why. Sir.
Okay,
This is why
I don't even know
Dylan
why you
Brooks
even
will
bad
never
fucking
be an All-Star.
team, then fine. That's fine. Just keep Steph there.
Bad to you.
I don't
He's
even
going to be
know
on
why
the
you went
world
down
team
this
anyway.
road.
Why does it matter?
But no, like if I'm being honest, so my list, right? I'm a homer. Of course, I'm gonna put Denny as a starter. But if I'm not, if we're going for a general list, I would still have Joker on there. I'd still have Wemby, Shea, and I'd put Luca in there.
Yeah,
I'd
Denny's
put
the
Luca
only
in there.
one that.
Yeah, that'd be my vote. Like Luca, Ant, Joker, Wemby, Shea, right? Like I feel like Ev has two legacy ones in there, KD and Curry, but you know, he's right too. Curry's having like a great year. He's having an awesome year. So it's like, is that really a
He's
legacy pick if he's
leading
still
the
balling
league
out
in
though?
scoring. Like, stop, dude. Stop.
Did you
But
vote Bradley Beal
okay,
to the All Star team the seasons he led the league in scoring? Was he your All Star
When has
starter?
an NBA player who's led the league in scoring not been a starting five in the All
I
Star?
just gave you one, Bradley Beal.
yeah, bro.
Next question.
Is that your only
My
answer? You have
You
one in
asked
the
one.
history of the
You
NBA.
asked for one. I gave you one within the last 5 years. What more?
Okay.
Stop moving the goalposts.
No, you're right. You're right. So one in the in all
Here
55,
you go.
50
Here you go.
plus
Take off.
years in
Take
NBA.
off
Got it.
KD. Take off KD. Put Luca for me. Will that make you happy? I don't like being bullied.
No, I'm not bullying you.
listen,
You
I mean,
better now.
I'm trying to save the integrity of this podcast.
Save the
there's
integrity.
no, there's
Oh,
no,
all
there's
right, all
no,
right, all right.
there's no integrity in jeopardy here. Everybody knows that Luca's gonna make the starting five. This is our starting five.
That's not even the
That's that,
question.
that's why it's there. That's why it's there. But I mean, I think it is funny. I think before we move on to the I can mention it later. All right.
He'll be in all of our reserves. Don't worry, Christian. He's coming up.
That's what I was gonna say. We
Yeah,
literally left the top vote getter out of the starting five.
literally. I know we all seen it too. We're like, oh, no, then whatever.
Top vote getter, who cares? All right, guys, let's move on to the next segment. All right, so let's round out our teams, guys. So
Wait, I'm sorry, I want to add this in. Shout out to Hans being the perfect moderator for what we got going on, because he both matched perfectly on the East and Western list with two of us. Yo, shout out to you, Hans. I feel like you've been in my phone, bro. I have a question.
Listen, man, I'm taking Homeland Security under my belt, man. I'm out here tracking. All right, y'all. Let's get into our reserves and who can. Well, we'll get into our reserves, right? So, who do we think is going to make the reserves? And basically, once we do that, we'll discuss who's not going to make it. All right. So, Lou, who you got for your reserves, man? Who's going to round out this team? You're on mute, Lou.
We still operating with a 12-man roster, correct?
Yes.
Cool. So my other 7 picks, I'll start off with the West. And you know what? We'll start off with Luka Doncic. All right, we'll start off with Luka Doncic.
Okay, Luka as a reserve. I think that's a solid pick. That's a solid reserve, man. That's a solid reserve.
Good job,
there,
Luke.
bro.
Good job. Good job.
That's solid.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
know what I mean?
solid reserve
I
right
feel like that's all I needed to say. And then now we got
unanimous All-Star selection, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, unanimous reserve. I like that.
That's it. Unanimous reserve. Without question, infallible. You know,
He's a solid reserve, man. Might be the best reserve in history.
Yo,
there's an All-Star 6-man award.
Hey, yo.
Luka All-Star 6-man. I like that.
All-Star 6-man.
Y'all trying to rage bait this man on me so bad. Okay, let me stop provoking. Let me stop poking the bear here. All right, cool. So no, but I have Luka. I have KD. I have Steph. I have the young rookie. I think Cooper Flag might be able to back his way into this one. I think he might be able to back his way into this one quietly. I mean, the Great White Hope.
I'm gonna
Was
call
that
that from
hope
way in
or
the back.
hole?
Hope.
No.
Hope.
Okay, I didn't hear the P. I was like, oh, okay.
Golly, man. Goodness gracious. Uh, I said, okay, so I said Luca, I said KD,
Steph. Oh,
Steph,
yeah.
Luca, KD, Steph, Cooper Flag. Yeah, let's be real. LeBron, for as long as he's gonna be in the NBA, he's gonna get voted in.
Got you.
Then I actually have, if quiet is kept, and this is gonna be another controversial pick. I think even though he may not necessarily be getting the greatest, actually no, I think I'm gonna put in Jamal Murray as my 11th pick, and as my 12th pick, I struggled with this one a little bit. Because I think this is main more of a sentimental thing. I actually would like to see Russ in it. Would like to see Russ make this, because I don't know how many more All Stars we have with Russ, but I think I would like to see Russ to round it out.
Okay, so Luca, Steph, KD, Flag, LBJ, Jamal, and Russ for Luca.
And I had a question about the Chris Paul thing. Since he was basically dismissed, he can still he can still end up in voting.
That's a good question.
Because I thought Chris Paul was pretty much, in essence, disqualified, since they kind of just, for lack of better terms, dismissed him.
That's a good question. What are the rules on that? If I'm dismissed from a
He'll
team,
be there without a patch on his jersey instead of the team logo.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It should be the NBA logo. It might be
they're
a
still
State Farm
paying
logo.
you though, right? They're still paying you. They'll just
put a State Farm logo on his.
Let's put a State
Farm patch.
Cliff is playing.
Right.
Yeah, no, because that was, I wasn't sure about that, because I'm like, how does he still end up in voting terms with him not necessarily being on a team? I know, for instance, like particular awards, you have a minimum amount of games. Is there a minimum amount of games for you to be an all-star, or could you just be riding the bench? But from what I understand, he doesn't seem to be on the roster at all. So anyway, I'll leave that out there. If we discuss it, cool. But
he will be there. Chris Paul will be at the All-Star game, sitting courtside with Carmelo and D Wade. He won't be playing. That's my take.
That's that.
Okay.
All right.
With that being said, Ev, go ahead.
First, a unanimous selection, Luka Doncic. Wemby. Six man, yes. Wemby, who I went back and forth against starting. Denny. I've got Devin Booker, Jamal Murray. This one will surprise you. James Harden. And then my bubble, my last pick comes down to three different players in three different circumstances. I think Kawhi has had a better year than he's had in a while at this point of the season. I think Larry Markkinen has better stats. And Utah, while terrible, is better than as terrible as they thought they would be. And at a point, I'm okay with awarding a consistently good player on a bad team. And then I have Julius Randle, who has been a consistent number two besides Ant. If I flip the coin, I'd probably go with Julius Randle.
No Knicks loyalty at all.
A little residual, a little. Just a little.
All right. So who was your squad again? Ev, Luca,
Wemby, Luca. I'm sorry, Luca, Wemby. Get the 6-man seat right.
There you go.
Luca, Wemby, Denny, Devin Booker, Jamal Murray, James Harden, Julius Randle.
Got you. Okay. Solid. As for me, I'm going, you all know, Luca, we out here. um, the perennial six man. Um, right. So I'll go Luca Murray because he's balling. We got to give him his credit.
Yes.
We got to give him
Finally.
his credit, man. That man is balling. So yeah. So Luca Murray. I'm with you, Ev, on Harden. I think he's been consistent and he's been carrying the Clippers, even though Kawhi's showing up. But we'll get that. We'll get into that later down. KD, of course, is going to be there. I think LBJ is going to make his appearance because it's LBJ. You know, we have that. Um, this is where it gets tough for me because I have to go Curry because he's having
The chef.
like he's having a great year and somebody has to be left out. So uh, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
You haven't done it yet.
I know
Go
I
ahead.
haven't done it yet. I'm
Do
struggling
it.
because
Come on, man. What does it say? Do like prune juice and let that go.
I'm gonna do it, man. I think he's balling and I think he deserves it. I'm gonna go with Castle. I like
Ooh.
Castle. You know who I was
Oh,
flowing with?
George
I
Johnson.
also like Edgecombe.
Ooh.
Well, let's talk that when we get to the East because I've got one on my list
That's
as well
who.
that
Those
I'm
are my
considering.
two that are.
But I thought we doing West.
No, I know, but like those
Okay.
are my two.
Yeah.
Because
But
I'm
go
glad
ahead,
you brought him up on the West.
I
Castle.
thought about Castle as well from a growth standpoint. I couldn't quite get there, but I did. I spent about 45 seconds with it. You know, zoomed over his stats, the feel. You know, I get where you were going with that.
So for me, it was him, but Booker. I had to give him the edge. I feel like he's his team's doing better. He's been consistent, big shots, played both sides. Like I had to give him the edge over Booker. I had to give him the edge over Booker. So, but I like your Laurie pick too, though. The Laurie,
That was when I was struggling with. It was Lori.
I like your Laurie idea.
Yeah, Lori was on the bubble for me. And then also the in the back of my mind, I was like, I don't know if this recency bias may be able to get Kawhi enough in because
Recency, got you.
yeah,
How
that's why I
about
was Kawhi.
how about this player that nobody mentioned, Şengün?
So yeah, man. Especially
Nobody's
since he was
talking about Baby Joker.
so
That's a good point there,
Does he
especially
get left
for
out?
because he was last
that
year.
last pick.
He was big. I was high on him last year. So yeah, it was. If I look at my list again, I swap Şengün out for the Great White Hope. But for some reason, I feel like he can sneakily, you know what I mean, get in there. So, but yeah, Şengün is a great call out, for sure.
So when we talk about it, right, I'm going to talk about the difference in my list and the difference in kind of what may play out as well. So yeah, when I look at my list and you bring up Şengün, you're right. I may put him over Randall over the other three that were on my bubble. Um, what may actually play out, which would be concerning to you, is it may be him versus Denny for
Mm-hmm.
the spot, right? You know, Denny's solid, definitely solid year. In that realm of, like I said, you know, exceeding individual expectation, right? Um, with where the team is at, he's gonna need some, you know, some things to land in his favor to make the team. While we all have him kind of as locks, it'd be interesting to see how it ends up shaking out.
See, but that's how I feel about Booker. You know, and that would, based on what you were saying before, is based on what our expectations of you and what have you been doing with those expectations. That's why I was like, I can't get jiggy with Booker.
But you know what gives me hope about Denny is that he's actually up there as far as fan voting goes. Which lets me know like people are recognizing that he's solid, right? Like that he's solid, and that's why I feel like he'll get in there
I
just
can see that.
because of the high number of fan voting that he gets, which means it's not ignored. It's something that we're all seeing. Especially when you compare it to more popular players like your Harden, your Bookers. You get what I'm saying? Your notable players, and
Your
he has
legacy
more
guy.
votes than them. Yeah, he has more votes than them. So that's what kind of gives me that. But for me, a better comparison would be that Randall and Shangoon. That's kind of interchangeable for me.
Mm,
No, I could see, I could see where I think you're gonna have. So Shingun in his favor, stats better. Um, serving kind of as the 1B, especially in the clutch, right? They're kind of on a downswing a little bit. Minnesota's kind of been on an upswing a little bit. So it'd be interesting, where that lands in the final voting. But no, Shangun's a strong selection. It's Lou's fault. Lou's supposed to bring him up first. That's his
All
I take
right.
full responsibility.
Take full responsibility and accountability. That's my guy. Got you. All right, guys, let's move on to the East Coast. If you want to start off the East?
Let's do it, man. So first, when you're talking the East, you got to talk about kind of the Dragon centers, right? So I'm gonna go with one that you may not expect. I'm gonna go Jalen Duren as a
Who?
reserve. I think he will. Wow, man, starting center for the Detroit Pistons, Jalen Duren. I'm gonna go with him first.
He said it with the
Um,
most southern accent of Durham. Where?
Duren.
What? It sounded like
It's
what's
not
it? Wait,
Duran. It's Duren.
What? Go ahead, Ev. I apologize. Go ahead, Ev.
You okay?
Go ahead.
You okay?
Go ahead, man. Wow.
Then I'm gonna go Jalen Johnson
Isaiah Stewart. Okay.
from Atlanta.
hey,
So
yo.
many Jalen's, man.
This is Jalen Rose's fault. He's brought
I'm
this
about
up.
to say, yo, blame Jalen Rose, man.
Go ahead.
Mitchell, of course.
Spider.
And then honestly, from there, it gets interesting for me.
It's not
I'll
interesting
put-
what you put in Durant. But my bad.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
put Towns. I'm gonna put Towns.
Okay.
He's the number 2 player on the best team in the East. So my Duren argument is
Don't defend it. I'm messing. Go ahead, Ev. Go
no,
ahead.
it's cool, but I'm just saying my Duren argument is the likelihood that Detroit gets 2 starters. I mean, gets 2 all-star players in the East at that. That's my argument. So that's what I'm
Gotcha.
saying. I think Duren will be on the team. So Duren, Johnson, Mitchell.
He wants Brunson twice on the team.
I do want him twice. And then everybody else is on the bubble for me. So I'm gonna throw some names out there. I'm putting Michael Porter on this team in the East. If Michael Porter should make this all-star team. So that's
if Brooklyn has it. They're like, no, but go ahead.
right. So Duren,
Don't do anything good.
Mitchell,
Don't mess with the draft pick.
Porter, Cat, and now I'm in between 5 players for 2 spots. I got Bam. Huh?
Bam's on there on your list.
No. He's
Okay.
in the bubble.
We're running out
he
of
should
time.
be
You
with
gotta
me in
give us your two,
conversation.
Ev.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, give us your 2. We're running out of time.
I'll go Scotty Barnes. And just for fun, just for argument's sake, I'm gonna go Con Knipple.
Knipple. How do you even spell that?
Kneuppel. And that's
All right.
Miami Heat hate. I'm leaving off Norman Powell.
Duren, Jalen Johnson, Spider, Cat, and PJ Barnes Knipple. Who you got, Lou?
Mine's is a lot more simple. I'm just gonna rattle them off. I've in no particular order. Just to remind, I swapped out Paolo for Cat. in my initial starting five. So I have Maxey, I have Brunson, I have Jalen Johnson, I have Cat, I have MPJ, and I have Norman Powell. So that's Cat, Maxey, Brunson, Jalen Johnson, MPJ, Norman Powell. And my last one was with number 7 for. I guess this will be my bubble guy. Shout out to the Bulls who put in Giddy.
You're putting Giddy.
That's sweet. That
Yes, sir.
was a heartwarming
Yes, sir.
selection.
Hey man, so what you got to say?
Selection.
We
So what you
should
gotta-
pause the show for that, man. That was
Oh,
sweet.
he
man.
said that's sweet.
I hate
That's-
that shit, bro.
You know, that was a southern version. Like, bless your heart. That's really what he
Right,
wanted to
bless
say.
you.
Really wanted to
Your
say.
heart.
He says, "Wow,
That's
good
really
thing
what
you
he
can't really pick in real life."
That's
basically what
right.
he's saying.
Good thing your vote doesn't matter.
I didn't say that.
This
Your vote matters. Your vote matters to me.
Between the
Okay.
lines.
Oh man, that's funny. All right. My pick. We're gonna go Spider. We're gonna go Cat. We're gonna go MPJ. Even though Brooklyn's like, "What are you doing?" Y'all saw that. Y'all saw that on social media when somebody said, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to be. We don't need you to win." And he put "my fault." in
Yeah,
response to
word.
that.
That's funny.
What?
He's like, "My bad."
Nah,
As
not
he
today.
should. As
I
he
ain't get the,
should.
he ain't get the email.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh man, my bad." I'm gonna give Powell the nod, man. I feel like he's been shunned for a couple years, and he always seems to get injured, like right around All Star, and people just like tanks his stock for some reason. So I hope Powell finally gets his just due. I'm definitely gonna go with Barnes on this one, man. Scotty Barnes has been balling. I really like him, and you know what though? I might go with two Raptors.
I knew you was gonna go that.
I'm gonna
Get
have
him, Glow.
listen, Big Glow, like
Get him, Glow. Yeah, Glow.
Bi, man, he's put some. He's kind of had his resurgence, man. So that's Spider, Cat, MPJ, Powell, Barnes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my last one.
Dramatic pause.
I'm gonna do it. I think he deserves it. I think he's been balling. I know there's so many other people on that list, but I'm gonna go with Edgecombe. I think that rookie is really
DJ.
yo
DJ.
killer instinct this guy has. The way he shows up, it's come on, man. I
Yeah.
know.
So
I
let's
like
have the argument. Let's have the argument because I'm here for it and I'm okay with it. So in this hypothetical 12th spot between two rookies of Edgecombe and Knipple, why do you give Edgecombe the edge over Knipple?
No pun intended.
No bars. So I give him the edge because of the environment in which he's doing it in. So Charlotte has been dubbed the AAU, just go out there and do whatever happens, and kind of doesn't seem like it's a productive environment. Whereas I feel, and also the expectations for that market are not high. For a rookie to be in a tough market, Philadelphia, which we all know is, to have the expectations put on him and to be playing alongside somebody who's highly contested as Maxey, right? Somebody who's up there and he's staying there with Maxey and performing. To me, that gets more credit. As much as we see the talent in LaMelo, he's not Maxey, right? As much as we see the talent with Miller, Brandon, who's doing his thing, he's not Maxey, right? So for Edgecombe to be in there and to take go-ahead shots in the last minute and not be afraid of it. And you got to think about it, he has other veterans there. You got Embiid, you got Paul George. You're still pulling your ticket. That takes some cojones, man.
Yeah,
And he's
he reminds me. He reminded me of Ant, but for the East Coast. So I mean, so the reason why it's just purely because of his numbers. Is why I put Giddy in over Edgecombe, because Giddy's averaging almost a trip up. So like I had to just give that nod. But otherwise, yeah, I know Edgecombe is my Roy. So yeah, but yeah, no, Edgecombe, he comes out with that energy and lack of fear that we saw with Ant, at that position. And really just going after guys and say, hey, look, I know you guys have been here doing your thing, but I'm here now. So yeah.
Think about it this way too. Remember how much stock they had, and I know we got to move on. We'll move on right after this if you guys don't have anything else to say. Remember how much stock Philadelphia or pride Philly fans had in what's his name who came out of Duke, McCain?
Yeah.
Jerry McCain, yeah.
And now he's in the G League. So Edgecombe is coming completely usurped him. You get what I mean? Like people were like, "Oh, wait." Yeah, like people were like, "Oh, wait till they get McCain back. It's gonna be good with Maxi." And like that was the
You forgot
talk.
his name. You forgot his
Thank
name.
you,
Just
fam.
asking about him.
I was about to say, dude, with the pink fingernail polish, like that's you get what I mean? Like it's
So what's funny about that is I'm gonna draw a through line here to a transition topic. From Edgecombe to Knipple, the fact that we're even talking about the two of them as potential all-stars, albeit in the East, I think speaks to the success that they're having this year. Where I slightly deviate between the two is I think Edgecombe has had maybe more lightning moments, like dynamic top of the cliff moments, right? But he's had some lows as well. And even when he has his lows, he's consistent, right? But he's had his lows. Knipple, I feel, has been more consistent night to night with his performances. So I think that's just my slight variance between the two, right? What I do find interesting though is as you brought up a Duke player, Knipple being a Duke player, jumping to another Duke player. I find it interesting that both you and I left Paolo off of our list for the All-Star game overall. I think that ties back to where I was getting at earlier on expectation over production, right? Coming into this season, I think a lot of folks were looking at Paolo and looking at the Magic like, okay, the Magic are a team that could potentially take a leap, and that leap would be because Paolo is taking the leap to an MVP level play. And that just has not been there from him this year. The stats are there, 21-9, but I think we were expecting more of a 27, 28, and 10 type season from him coming into it, and he just hasn't been there.
Well, you're right. We were expecting Powell to do what K's doing. I think that's really what it is. And you're right though.
That's
And
perfect.
if I look at my list, that's exactly it. Those who are added are overachieving. Barnes, BI, like those are guys, and PJ, right? Remember how dormant he was in Denver and how there were so many question marks. So you're definitely correct. That's definitely interesting. Yeah. All right, guys, let's move on to our last segment. Surprises of the week. And we're going to start off with the Houston Rockets. Houston, we have a problem. What's going on with the Rockets, man? They dropped two to my boys, the Blazers. Denny was out here, man. All-star starter Denny, by the way, was out here balling. was balling. Gave them two losses back to back. We faced them on a back to back. We thought we were just going to be happy to split. Most people thought. Came out here, beat them down. What's going on? Are they actually succumbing to our original theories of they need a point guard? What do you think is going on in Houston? What's the remedy? What's happening?
So I think part of the reason that they're even here, you're right, for this discussion stems from where we thought they would be, especially where they started this season based on where they're at now, right? Not just that they're 5-5 in their last 10, that they dropped a couple games, to Hans aforementioned Blazers, that their coach comes kind of coming out and questioning why we got to lean on a 37-year-old, player to be our saving grace. I think the challenge is that they've completely separated themselves. In a way, the Spurs have taken their spot. That's the big thing.
100%.
It was what we thought was clearly, okay, there's a hierarchy, OKC, Denver, Houston, and then potentially the drop off from there. The Spurs have flipped them, and now Houston, on a week-to-week basis, they're flirting more with that play-in area than that top 2, top 3. And so it makes you question, is what we stated, is it lack of point guard play? Is it lack of growth from their youth, their young players that we expected would be? Looking at Jabari again, right?
That's what I was gonna say. When are we gonna start to hold him? But go ahead, Ev.
Right. So no, I'm gonna let Lou jump in, but I mean, I think those are the questions that have still yet to be answered here at this point in the season.
I mean, I think there's another thing at play here is like when you bring in a veteran guy like a KD, that naturally changes the dynamic of a team. You still have a fairly young team, and you have such a realistically prolific and maybe if you want to put asterisks on it or not in terms of accomplished veteran player. So I think that there is some sort of still watching of who's going to be that guy because prior to now, if there was an established, let's say, like guy, like for instance, Minnesota bringing in Randall. I know Randall and KD are not necessarily in terms of the same caliber player, right? But when you bring in somebody who's already been established in the league for a while, when you have another young guy who's already now dubbed as like, okay, this is their team, who can we say it's Houston's team? And then bringing in somebody like KD, I think that now kind of shifts the dynamic of why some of these younger guys may be like, oh, okay, well, I mean, it's KD. KD can do it, right? And then not having somebody like y'all know I've been on my soapbox about Jabari for a long time now. He should have been shipped out 2 years ago. And I don't think that they're carrying dead weight and keeping him. But you should be able to have another wing guy that should be able to come in and give you the same type of production that KD is doing. And I think they're wasting a good year with Sengun as he's also upped his numbers by not having. Yeah, like if you're from 19 last year up to 21. I mean, it's nominal with putting it next to KD's and so on. I just think, yeah, and Van Vliet was
21, 9, and 6 is not is
no. I'm saying
that line. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like even though going from 19 points to 21 may seem nominal, but like you when you add that to whatever KD's production is, whatever Van Vliet's production is, it's still significant. But I think it's just they were establishing an identity, and I think bringing KD may have prematurely shook that up. I think that is just from a coaching perspective, they're going to have to remedy that.
Yeah, I agree. Also, looking at how they play, the two players that they're relying on to get that production in the mid-range area, which is Amen and Jabari, they don't have that skill set. So they need to take a lesson on early Jimmy Butler, early Kawhi Leonard, who were both kind of premier defenders first, right? And then learned how to score and first started scoring in that mid-range, mid-post area. So I think they need to take a lesson from there, and that's what needs to be developed. The issue is that's not something that develops within a season. So that's where to use a phrase from Evan last episode, that's where the point guard will be that valve release, right? that release valve for them. So I definitely think that Houston definitely is going to have to figure something out in that area because if you have KD who's getting doubled, right? You throw it down to Shangun. If you have a solid post defender, right, that may kind of neutralize them, you need that third person who's going to get you that bucket in the mid-range area or in the corner, which they can do from time to time, but not consistently. So
I want to slide this in real quick and ask you guys because it just came to mind, and this is a trade joint. Jabari for DeJounte Murray, who says no? And does he not fit better on Houston?
That's an interesting one.
Murray.
That's an interesting one. But
because the reason why I brought it up is because of the defense.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
need
and
to.
also like the conversation he talks about him having with Kawhi when Kawhi was like, "Yo, get your defense down, the offense will come." So knowing that he comes from that tree of bust, get down on defense heavy first, and that offense will come, and then seeing what he's been able to do both in San Antonio and Atlanta. Now me being in New Orleans, but
So
I think
two parts to that, right? One, we haven't heard as much as the Rockets rumored for trades outside of Giannis, but I think based on how this first 39, 40 games has gone for their season, I do more fully expect them to be aggressive than not. And then two, we have not had the KD discussion yet this year, but we always have it. KD he's a player. He's not a leader, right? And
Mhm.
so as a team, that's young, just because they have KD does not mean KD's not looking for it to be his team, you know? So they're
He
still
just wants
trying to
the
figure
ball.
out whose team is it, right?
Listen, man, Houston, just grab Chris Paul. He's out here tagging JJ Redick. Just grab Chris Paul, man. He's familiar with Houston. Just bring him
right.
back real quick. He'll be your floor general. He- uh, Him and
But
KD get along. Just come on, man. Do him a solid.
I
Do him a
think the thing
solid.
though is outside of our men, KD and Shangoon, really the rest of the team's kind of is not untouchable, right? Those are your only three untouchables. They
Yep.
have pieces to do something creative, right? Because you figured out who your three are. Reed Shepard has played better than he's taken a step up. I think he's gone from being a non-asset to being an asset potentially in the trade. I think Jabari Smith still has value. You still have Atari Eason. You have players that you can mix and match to put a package together to bring somebody back. And I think if you're Houston, you're in win now mode because you have KD, right? So I think they need to be aggressive. They've had half the season now. They're not at the level of the three teams I mentioned at the top, right? If you know you're not at that level, you kind of have to
Yeah,
do
you got
something,
to make a move. Yeah,
right?
I agree. Because they're looking now, what, second round exit?
Right.
Man, yeah. If
We're
not
looking
first,
at a second. Yeah, well,
yeah.
depending on the matchups, right?
But
Because if they
exactly,
fall in that 5 and 6 area,
exactly.
that's
And
looking
then
shaky. It could be a
you got to,
Houston, what, Lakers?
yeah. And you got to play a full. You got to play that half court game. And then when it comes down to lock it, you're not going to be able to swing and get some wing guys that can open up the floor for you properly with with some perimeter shooting. Hey man, you got Finney Smith, you got Paul, you got Jabari, you got Okoji, you got Capella. Somebody could use a center. Shoot, we could use Capella. No
I,
funny.
no joke. I mean, there's a lot of teams that could use a center right now.
Yeah, so like you got Steven Adams and Capella. Like, yo, you can easily part with one. So they have pieces. They have
But
pieces.
who's the team though? Like Pop Mama said, like for some reason the Pelicans feel like they have a gold mine and are overvaluing their assets. They
You're
want
picking
first
who?
rounders for everybody.
Fine, I guess we can help out Houston. Steven Adams for Gabe Vincent. We'll just keep
Oh,
it moving.
look at him being the.
Look at you.
You're too
The good
kind.
Samaritan. I know, right?
You're
Thing is
too
just
kind.
full of charity.
there's a Tyler Hero in the first opportunity here. If you're Houston, just saying, you need a
Yo,
guard.
if you you imagine if Houston could get Bam,
For what?
that'd be wild. But the Heat are
That'd be
not going to let it
interesting.
happen. But that'd be
Bam
wild.
can't shoot that a perimeter shot either.
He can.
He will give you that one.
He got that one drop step from Asia though, so we'll give him that. We'll give him that. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with Ev. They're one of the teams that have to make a move. I also think the Timberwolves are in that as well too. The West is crazy, right? So right in that honestly 4, 5, 6 range, the Lakers, Houston, Timberwolves, those are the teams that we're looking at in the trade deadline that have to make a move because it's now or never. This is your window. Make something happen. So we'll see what happens, guys. It's curious. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. As always, hit us up on our social medias, interact with us. Go ahead, Ev. Shout out your squad, Ev. Go ahead, shout them out, man. Put it on the mic,
Basketball
man.
pod, but let's go, Canes. Come on, bring it home
Give
Monday
them a
night.
shout
Let's
out,
do it.
man.
Boy, y'all
All
gotta
right.
do that, man. Can't have Indiana.
All right, guys. Thank you. See you guys next week. Peace.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, give us a thumbs up. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you can keep up with us every week. Be sure to follow us on all our socials at the 3on3 Podcast. Hey, got a question, topic you want us to talk about? Hit us up on our email at 3on3podcast@gmail.com. We appreciate y'all. Tune in next week.